This is Larry Jordan, the host of the Digital Production Buzz. The following interview is an excerpt from a recent program. To hear the entire program, visit digitalproductionbuzz.com. Uwe Greunke is the Director of Global and Brand Marketing for Sennheiser, which is located near Hanover, Germany. They specialize in creating high-end audio products, and Uwe's mission is to tell the Sennheiser story from a customer-focused point of view. He was recently involved in a viral video campaign promoting their new AVX system, and the movie is called The Oracle. Hello, Uwe. Welcome. Good to have you back.
Hello.
Sennheiser has been in the industry since, what, the late 1940s, and their products are legendary.
Years,
yeah, legendary for their quality and reliability. We use them here on the show on a daily basis. Why was it decided that a new microphone needed to be created that you were then charged with marketing?
The new point is that we see a trend there in the industry that the old setting that you have a cameraman only focus on the camera and a sound-related guy only taking care of sound is not the truth anymore. So you have a lot of one-man shows going out there, and they have to do everything. It's a one-man show there, so we need a new product to especially fulfill this need. There's the strong desire from the market to have a simply click it in, use it, and relax. This was the proposed for the new device, for the new microphone. And the shift a little bit, you can see in the whole industry that as a manufacturer, especially Germans, that they like to talk about their product. But if you see very successful companies like GoPro, for example, they talk more about a user experience. Their claim is be a hero. So they're not talking about so much about the camera. They're talking more of user experience. That's why we put the end user not in the communication for our new device, the result in front. So you want to be relaxed and concentrate on your setting and not playing around with all the sound details. So this is a strong trend in the market to emphasis on the end user experience, and this we really appreciate and put together from the device, from the product, but also from the communication and enabling side.
You're responsible for brand marketing at Sennheiser. How do you define the difference between brand marketing and just general marketing?
This is a good point. For me, the brand lies the strategy, the overall framework. So the big picture, where we want to see the brand in 2, 3 years, 5 years from now. And the marketing is more the tactical fulfillment of this strategy. So the brand gives the framework, the marketing fulfills it with the key initiatives, the things we like to emphasize on. This is the relationship. So more like a tool from the marketing side, and the brand lies down the strategy where we want to be with the brand.
When you're looking at brand marketing and you're talking about it from the customer's point of view, it seems that one of your big challenges is dealing with cultural differences between, say, Germans and French or Americans or Australians. How do you compensate for those differences?
This is a very good point. First of all, I think it's a target group related thing. So if you look into the Chinese or Asian market, and we are, as Sennheiser, quite strong in the Asia region. And if you look at the urban clusters in China, I mean, you have, in 2020, you have nearly 1 billion people living in these urban cities. When you've been to Shanghai, you hardly find a difference to an urban setting like in London. So for me, it's more a cluster of target groups where you can find in different spots worldwide than talking about, okay, you have a Chinese customer or a US customer. Maybe it's more like, what is your propose? What do you like to intend? So you're a videographer, so you need a device that put you in the situation that can do a relaxed film setting, but you like to enjoy your spare time, and then you want to listen to high-end music, and you need a kind of a high-end headphone. So it's more the kind of setting you're in, the kind of peer group, the kind of propose you want to achieve. Relaxation or consumption of high music, this kind of thing. It's rather this than the cultural differences.
You know, that's a very interesting thought, is that people that do similar tasks in different parts of the world are similar in personality or similar in points of view, as opposed to looking at it demographically where you have an Asian market or a European market. I hadn't considered that before. That's a very interesting thought.
Yeah.
The new AVX system, which, by the way, for those who are watching or listening, the Oracle is available on YouTube. Just do a search for Sennheiser or search for the Oracle. It's a 3-minute short film that highlights a brand new microphone system from Sennheiser called the AVX. You've talked about the fact that the AVX, Uwe, was designed to simplify the filmmaker's life, especially with one-man bands going out to do both production and sound. What was the charter that you gave to the production company in putting this film together?
Good question. So we spent quite a lot of time in the strategical background. So what is the driver? In general, you have a strong driver in fear. So people have fear to not fulfill tasks. So they have to deliver something, and maybe there are some issues, some problems coming up, so you have the fear not to deliver something. Or they want to have more. I don't know, more awards, more recognition, this kind of thing. And you deeply have to understand what drives our target group. So in which situation the target group is. So we really took a deep look into the setting of this target group and have really intensive discussions with the agency. So it was rather than sending them just a briefing, saying, no, we need a new spot, we want to have this kind of awareness goals, this kind of percentage we want to achieve. It was more an intense discussion about the target group, about the setting, about the brand purpose, and about the mission we like to support from our end user. And this took us quite a while, a couple of weeks. I think we made almost 3 sessions with the agency, and then they came up with several kind of positioning sentences. I don't remember all of them, but it was 5 to 6 sentences, position the new device and the purpose of the communication in different kind of areas. And the one that jumps in our face most was a relaxed in AVX because it was very promising. It was the campaign in only a couple of words. And this was the thing that flashed us most and amazed us. And from there on, we developed in a certain kind of set the campaign itself, so the pictures, the casting, the things. But it was started by a strategical device coming from the brand purpose, coming from the target group, with different kind of settings, simply positioning statements, and from there on we developed actually the whole setting, the whole scene.
Well, it seems to me that you've got a very delicate balance because you work for Sennheiser, which makes a wide variety of different audio products. And you want to be careful, it seems, not to say that AVX is easy, which then implies that all the rest of the Sennheiser products are hard. How do you try to balance marketing one product with another?
Simplification is always the hardest part. This is one thing I learned in marketing. So if you can put it very easy at the end, in an easy sentence, this is most likely the result of hard work. And same to Sennheiser. You put on an HD800 and say, oh, this is easy. You can plug it in and listen to it, and you're filled with sense of music. The effort taken to make this kind of a high-end listening experience took us years, maybe also decades. So simplification at the end is a very nice tool to get a key into the end user's mind to position ourselves in a relevant set for him. But the knowledge taken to be there is huge. And if you take a Digital 9000, it is one of our best sellers. They have very high end. It's a huge, complex system, but you won't bother people with, okay, this is the most sophisticated and complex system you can buy on the market. Also, the high-end system, the Digital 9000, which we use for most of the biggest events worldwide, the sound engineers want to have the same kind of experience. Hopefully, it's simple. Hopefully, it's easy to understand. And if you run a show with more than 100 people at their television sitting, hopefully it's easy to understand and no issue occurs. It's the same kind of setting. So it's not the difference between an AVX and a Digital 9000 and an HD800. You need leadership to bring it in this kind of direction, but at the end, it must be simple.
Okay, let's put your filmmaker hat back on again. You're getting ready to create the film for the Oracle. What's the difference, as from a marketing and planning point of view, what's the difference between planning a film that's just a straight, say, television commercial, or planning a film like this one, which you want to have go viral, or planning a simple video which describes how to use the product? How does your thinking change?
You mean from the marketing team or from the organization, or
from the marketing point of view, because that's the part that
okay.
you know the best.
Yeah. I think it needs openness in software development, and I like to involve different kind of spirits, as you might see it. In software development, the old method is coming from a waterfall device. So you're building the concept, then you go into development, and you have the testing, and then you deliver it. In the new kind of age, you go for an agile approach, more like a Scrum method. You come in with something like an idea with a vision, you put on a team, you go into a speed phase, and you think, okay, where we are now, does it really fulfill our needs, or do we have to change the approach? And this was something similar. So we gave the idea to the agency. They're coming up with the positioning claim. They're coming up with the treatment. Then we gave it to the film production company, and then they came up with some different kind of elements, more like in an agile project approach, like software development. And we think, oh, this is very cool. And especially on the setting where we did the filming, we have this kind of a key scene, where we have this. Before they go into the hut, to make, okay, you're ready, you know what you're putting on your backs, and they get this bump with their hands. This was just bloom in the scene. So it was something where we were really open, and this bring us more. So open new horizons for us. And I think this is the difference. If you do a commercial, you have the 30 seconds in mind, and you must push the product. In this kind of a viral setting, you better be open for new ideas, for new inspiring things, and this push it further. I think this is the big difference.
How far in advance of the product launch did you create the video, or has the product launched and the video was created after the fact?
The product idea was there. We were in development, and the launch was 9 to 10 months away. So we started late summer last year with the positioning of the production almost in Q4 last year, and then do the whole preparation, how to do the seeding and all the stuff, do the PR preparation. So it was almost 10 months before the launch.
That's a fair amount of time planning a very short film, it seems.
Sorry.
I have put your marketing hat back on again, and there's a number of excellent audio companies out there. Sennheiser is one of them, and each one of them makes a variety of excellent microphones, and Sennheiser makes a huge variety. As a filmmaker, how do we decide what microphone to pick? I'll give you a specific example. Recently, our company, specifically 3 weeks ago, needed to buy some more lavaliers for our studio, so I went to a local audio post house, rented 6 different microphones. We brought them back here and just did tests to see which one sounded the best of the 6 that we rented. But Sennheiser doesn't have 6. It's got closer to 20 or 30 different microphones, and that's just one company. How do you help us as filmmakers make the right decision, aside from the fact that it's a reliable product and you can relax when you use it, but microphones sound different? How do we pick?
Very good question again. I think also a kind of a trend, a kind of a mind shift coming from the simply manufacturer view. I think today you can use the community and the experts within the company. Also Neumann is owned by Sennheiser, and we write in the discussion what we do to develop the Neumann brand into the future. And Neumann is the recording microphone for professional studios. You hardly find any production of the top 100 of all-time high recordings done without a Neumann. This is good. There is respect to have the strong heritage, but you have to know how to bring this into the future. And I think the community, with all the nice, qualified, and skilled sound engineers outside, also could bring the knowledge into, with our experts, to think, for this setting, you will reach the best results with this kind of setting, with this kind of different microphones. So the world's more complex, and to make it more simple, we as a manufacturer also have to open for the community and integrate their knowledge and combine it with our knowledge to find the best answer. Because I think that the sound engineer of the future will type it in Google and say, okay, what is the best setting for this kind of proposal I have? Because it's never done before, because I want to do recording in a new setting. It was never done before. So what do? And you need this kind of combination, maybe also in testing, and try different things and then come to the best solution. So again, be open, integrate the knowledge, also provide more knowledge. That's why we not only produce the Oracle video as a commercial. As you maybe saw, we also provide 3 different kind of feature little films to explain how to best use the camera. And this will become more tutorial videos, but also integrate the community with the knowledge, combine it with our knowledge, and give more advice to the questions out there for things maybe never have done so far.
I was just reflecting, thinking about you planning this video for release on YouTube and other social channels, that the job of marketing has changed a lot over the last 5 years. In the past, you'd be debating between doing a television ad or a magazine ad. But how would you describe the challenges of your job in getting the message out today?
The first challenge is within the change. So first you have to convince the organization. Normally, the product engineers are really nerds about the product. They love the product. They spend years to develop this product. And now we're coming with a different kind of approach. And they're normally not used to it. They say, okay, no, let's talk about the product. Now we say, no, let's talk about the end user. And bring this 2 perspectives together is the first challenge. So your first client is your internal organization, which is at the beginning very hard because you can't convince people with results. So you have to spend quite a couple of hours with them and convince them and open up to them. And the next thing is how to reach the target group, especially for this kind of specialized devices. So we need new channels, a new combination of these channels, new suppliers. They are very specialized to getting the best out of a YouTube seeding. So we also open up for a lot of specialized suppliers helping us to bring the message to the people. And the next thing is to be flexible in the output. So not thinking of only one commercial and sending this via a lot of channels, rather than having a main video, tutorial videos, a making-of video, emotional story about it, this kind of interviews we're doing now. So a lot of different kind of pieces put together is the campaign. But it's not simply only one spot you send to the world and that's it. It's a 20-second spot and the job is done. So you have to be more open in a different kind of puzzles, which has to bring together in a kind of flexible steering mode, which at the end somehow is the overall campaign.
I was just reflecting on the challenges that you minimized when you say you have to convince your product-centric company to focus on the end result and not the product specifications themselves. I can just imagine how hard those meetings must have been.
Yeah, this was, it was also fun. I mean, we started with the Urbanite campaign, Let Your Ears Be Loved in America last year. A completely new approach. There's a man we put in a headphone costume, and he loves ears. We won also an award for it. It was completely new to a manufacturer, but this opened up the mindset that maybe target groups achieve a communication and drive is different. And now we get strong support from the organization. They really love this spot and develop it further. So we had a sphere in the US where they took this kind of Oracle idea into a box. You can ask the box questions, and this box answer you give you some advice about the future. So this is lovely to see once the organization jumps on how creative this is in development. So this I mean with puzzles putting together as an overall campaign, but not maybe that straightforward as 5 years in the past.
Uwe, where can people go on the web to learn more about your products and the AVX in specific?
It's simply Sennheiser.com.
That's Sennheiser, Sennheiser.com. And Uwe Greunke is the Director of Global and Brand Marketing for Sennheiser. And Uwe, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks a lot.